Call this. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. For the record, today is Monday, June 14th, 2021. This is a special meeting of the City Council and WPCA Authority. Participating this evening in the auditorium, I have Councilman Rubino. Participating via Zoom, I have Councilman Oliver, Councilman Waldron, and Councilwoman Wagner. And that constitutes our quorum. So first on the agenda this evening is a public hearing to solicit citizen input regarding the sewer use fee for the year beginning July 1, 2021 and ending June 30th, 2022. Before I open the meeting for public comments, do you want to read the notice in the record, please?
All right, notice is hereby given that the Board of Councilmen of the City of Torrington, acting herein as the Water Pollution Control Authority, will hold a public hearing pursuant to Section 7-255 of the Connecticut General Statutes on June 14th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. in the City Hall Auditorium, 140 Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut, to set the sewer use charge for the year beginning July 1, 2021 and ending June 30, 2022 as follows. For residential users, an amount not less than $274 and not more than $322 per dwelling unit. For all others, an amount not less than $274 and not more than $322 per 65,000 gallons of volume of flow. All interested persons are invited to attend and be heard. Dated this 3rd day of June, 2021.
Thank you. All right, at this time, I will ask the public if there are any members of the public wishing to address the WPCA Authority. Seeing a lot of Board of Ed. All right, I'll call it 3 times. Anyone from the public? Were there any comments submitted via email?
Nothing.
Nothing. All right, so I'll call it the 3 times. Anyone from the public wishing to address the WPCA? Final call, anyone from the public wishing to address the WPCA. Then I will move to close this hearing. I will close the hearing. I declare this hearing closed. So we'll move right into the regular agenda. And before we begin that, could we please stand and pledge the flag? Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, item 1 on the agenda. This would be a roll call vote by the Board of Councilmen acting herein as the WPCA to accept the recommendation of the WPCA Administrator and Public Works Director to set the sewer use fee for the year beginning July 1, 2021 and ending June 30th, 2022 as follows. For residential users, $302 per dwelling unit. For all other users, $302 per 65,000 gallons of volume flow. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Councilman Waldron. And second. So I actually heard second from Councilman Rubino first. Are there questions or comments on the motion? Both Mr. Drew and Mr. Towsey are here if there are questions. Hearing none. I'll call the motion. Roll call to the Zoom call. Councilman Oliver.
Aye.
Councilman Waldron.
Yes.
Councilwoman Wagner. Councilwoman Wagner, how do you vote? She's still muted. Councilwoman Wagner, are you voting on this motion?
I just texted her.
Thank you. While we're waiting, Councilman Rubino.
Yes.
Did she text you back, David?
No, not yet. Oh, aye.
She's voting aye.
She says aye.
Okay, all right. Then
Yeah,
that's
she texted me aye.
4 in favor, none opposed, the motion carries. Item 2, I'll entertain a motion by the Board of Councilmen here and acting as a WPCA to approve WPCA budget for the year beginning July 1, 2021, ending June 30th, 2022. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Thank you, Councilman Rubino.
Second.
Second, Councilman Waldron. Are there questions on the motion or on the budget? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 3, I'll entertain a motion, again acting as the WPCA, to approve the WPCA 5-year capital improvement budget program for a year beginning July 1, 2021 and ending June 30th, 2026.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilman Waldron.
Second.
And seconded by Councilman Rubino. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. Item 4, I'll entertain a motion acting herein as a WPCA to approve WPCA miscellaneous fee schedule for a year beginning July 1, 2021, ending June 30th, 2022.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Councilman Waldron, seconded by Councilman Rubino. Questions on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 5, I'll entertain actually this is discussion and potential actions. So I'm going to turn this portion of the meeting over to Rista Malaka, who has been working at a fever pitch with Red Technologies and GZA, our LEP and remediation contractor, as well as DECD, DEEP, and EPA on getting the property that the city owns at 100 Franklin Street clean. And I think we see a light at the end of the tunnel.
We do.
Good.
So I sent a memo out this afternoon. If you didn't read it, it basically, I'll just read it to you. I'm pleased to inform you that all of the contaminated and hazardous materials have been removed from 100 Franklin Street. The total cost of removal of materials, LEP oversight, and legal fees is estimated to be $2,016,567.37. The funding sources for this work are as follows. State of Connecticut DECD Brownfield Remediation Grant was $1,344,188.72. The EPA Brownfield RLF was $454,521. Building Healthier Communities Grant was $100,000. And then we received a mini grant from the Naugatuck Valley Council of Governments, and that was for $44,328. So a total funding of $1,943,037.72. So you'll see there's a funding gap there. What I'm asking or seeking approval for is up to $75,000 of the city's contingency to fill this budget gap, and we can finalize all of the remediation at 100 Franklin Street.
Thank you, Rista.
And if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
So again, the request, as you can see from Rista's memo, we are at the point where the final invoices are ready to be paid. In order to proceed to a closing on this property, we are required to get lien waiver signed by the vendors that have been working on this property. And of course, with a lien waiver, they usually want to be paid in full before we do so. So that is the reason for the request for sums up to $75,000 from contingency. Where we know we are right now is at $68,000 and change. Anticipating the final legal fees would bring us to about that, but wishing to have a little bit of a cushion, we're seeking authority up to $75,000, and of course, we'll report back to the council with the final sum not to exceed $75,000. So if the council is good with that, and the only other thing I would add is our contingency fund right now has $129,000 in it. So this would still leave us the sum of $44,000. If 54, yeah, 54, you're right. Nah, we have 2 weeks to the end of June. I don't anticipate there being additional needs for contingency, but it does leave that cushion should we need so. And of course, whatever is not expended from contingency from year to year is turned over to fund balance. So if there are no objections, I would entertain a motion to authorize my office to access contingency funds in a sum not to exceed $75,000 to complete the remediation invoices, LEP, and legal fees for the closing.
I'll move it.
Thank you, Councilman Rubino.
Second.
And seconded by Councilman Waldron. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And I'm kind of feeling like I should hear from Councilwoman Wagner on this one. Can you text her if she can't unmute herself?
She said aye. I have it here.
Thank you. Okay.
She said aye.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Vista.
The resolution?
Yes. So the next item on the agenda, and again, this is, the whole wraparound finalization of remediation at 100 Franklin Street. I will need a motion to adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of the amended assistance agreement for DECD funding, grant funding, for the remediation of 100 Franklin Street. And this is to access that final $500,000 of the grant. It's the full $500,000, right?
Correct.
Okay, good. So do I have a motion to approve or authorize the execution of the resolution?
So moved.
Thank you, Councilman Waldron.
Second.
And second by Councilman Rubino. Are there questions on this motion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And then there being no further business before the board, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilman Waldron.
Second.
And second by Councilman Rubino. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Is that a record? Almost. Thank you all.
Have a good night, all.
Hey, good night. See ya.